Hi there, welcome to the channel. Today's video is all about using the iPhone Magnifier app like a pro. Whether we are suffering from age-related vision loss, we're legally blind, or we just like to have a digital magnifier that we can carry around in our pocket. Using my iPhone 14 Pro Max, it always resides in the pocket, so I can easily pull it out, turn the magnifier on, and see what I need to see, read what I need to read, but we're going to get into that. Sound like a good idea? Check this out. One of the first things we want to do as a visually impaired person or somebody with a disability or somebody who just wants to be able to access some of the accessibility settings easier, whether it's zoom, magnifier, voiceover, whatnot, is to use the accessibility features shortcut. On my iPhone 14 Pro Max, I use the power button here that's on the side. I push it 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
PM. Alert. Accessibility shortcuts.
I have voiceover on, but I need the magnifier, so I'm just going to turn the magnifier on.
Magnifier button.
1 finger tap to select. 1 finger double tap to open.
Magnifier viewfinder image.
And there is our
Actions
magnifier.
available.
And I can move it around. I can even zoom in and zoom out.
Brightness 60, but selected. Zoom 52. Zoom 50. 42, 32, 22, 12, 2, 0.
With voiceover turned on, I just simply select it with 1 finger and then swipe from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen to make it smaller, or from the bottom of the screen up, anywhere on the screen, just from the bottom up.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
To zoom in. So that's magnifier,
Zoom 50, adjustable.
zoom,
Actions
and then the
available.
magnifier to make it lighter or darker, brighter.
Cameras button. Contrast 69, button. Brightness 60,
There's
button.
a little brightness tab. I just
Actions
click on
available.
it.
Selected.
I
Brightness
get another
60.
I get another slider where I can make it brighter,
Brightness 780, 90, 100, 100.
or I can make it dimmer
90, 80, 70, 60.
until I find something that makes it easier for me to see, and then I just go ahead and
Selected. Brightness.
turn the brightness
60.
off.
Contrast 69.
Contrast.
Button. Selected.
Again, I can
Contrast,
open
69.
contrast.
Contrast 59, 49, 39, 49.
And I can adjust the contrast.
Selected. Contrast. Contrast.
Turn
49.
contrast off. Next item on the list,
Cameras button.
cameras. Well, I can
Actions
choose
available.
which camera I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up.
Camera lens.
And the camera lens, I can use the
Front button.
front camera, which I'm not going to use.
Close up button.
Close up, which if I need to, I could, but I usually use it
Selected. Auto.
in
button.
auto. Now, your phone, depending on what operating system that you're running and what the capabilities of your phone is, some of this stuff will change, but this is pretty generic. And the 14 Pro Max is pretty current. There's a 15 and a 16. And then I even have my 7 and my 10 that I still use around the house for stuff. Normally I have to keep them charged. In other words, I keep them plugged in continuously because the batteries don't hold up very well. You know, that I might get an hour or 2 out of the battery, so that doesn't make them very taking them out and about friendly. But they're still at 7 Pro Max, no 7 Plus, yeah, iPhone 7 Plus. It still works, and it's how many generations old? But moving right along.
Selected. Auto button.
So we'll just go ahead and
Camera lens. Camera lens. Camera lens. Front. Close up. Selected. Dismiss context menu button.
I just
Viewfinder
swipe from
image.
left to right to go
Actions
up and down the menu
Cap-M.
until it says, you know, dismiss or close that window, and I close it. So what's next?
Flashlight off
Okay,
button.
I can turn the flashlight
Actions
on if I
available.
need to use it in a dimly lit environment. And that comes in sometimes, it comes in pretty handy if I am in a big box store and I'm trying to read a label and it doesn't want to pick it up very well. I can turn the light on because it'll tell you if it doesn't have enough light. I can turn the flashlight on and get a little bit closer, and then that makes it all better.
Flashlight off. Flashlight on 100. Flashlight off.
And let's see here.
Viewfinder. Image. Actions available. A1H3Y516. SM. Tap I. Yeah. 4,998. 18.9. CM. 9499. 2107. 8482 M4 Mono ND09. TRRS. 6 meters 151 hashtag XV79M7 Smart Lav AI. Smart.
So it's reading the label that's on the box, which comes in pretty handy for me. So some of the things that we might want to look into after we look at the flashlight is scenes.
Activities. Shopping. Button.
Or
Actions
activities.
available.
We can go in and we can set up different activities. Let me go ahead and open this up and show you.
Activities. Shopping. Basic. Button.
So I have a basic setting and I have a shopping setting, and we could
New activity.
we
Button.
could even add a new one if we wanted to. And you saw what the one was with shopping. Let's go back to basic.
Button. Basic. A keyboard on a black surface. Image. BA.
So then it went back to the original settings that I had set up for, just your basic scanning. I'm just inside here, I'm in the office, and it just automatically went to that magnification, that brightness, and that contrast. And if I go back to
Activities. Basic. Button. Shopping. Button. Shopping. People detection. A keyboard on a black surface. Image. Shopping. Common.
see how it changes?
Command.
Changes the
On it.
magnification, contrast, and the brightness.
Command.
So
Command.
that's what we can do.
Command.
And
Command. Detection mode. Detection mode on. Detection mode
I like
on.
reading that
Dim.
command
A
key.
black and white keyboard. A white keyboard on a black surface. A black and white keyboard on a black surface. F12. A white keyboard on a black surface. A white keyboard on a black surface. F12. A white keyboard on a black 12. A keyboard on a black surface.
turn
Comment.
detection off.
Freeze frame button.
Freeze frame.
Actions available.
That's pretty much self-explanatory. If I just hold it on that key and I'm having a hard time because it's kind of jittery to see it,
Freeze frame. Freeze frame. Viewfinder. Exit freeze frame. Button. Freeze frame. A keyboard on a black surface. Freeze frame. Button. Freeze frame.
so now it's want to be funny.
Exit freeze frame. Freeze frame. Settings.
Go into
button.
settings.
Magnifier. More info. But activities. Shown. Button.
We've already went through the activities.
Capture. Shown. Button.
Capture.
Detect. Shown.
Detect.
Button. Show in control panel. Switch. Show in control panel. Switch button on.
So I've got that function with a little button on the control panel for
Show in control panel. Switch detection paused feedback. Heading speech. Switch button on.
I can turn the speech on and off. And if I turn it off,
Speech. Switch off.
and then I go back to
Detect. Heading. Settings. Back button. Detect. Shown. Capture. Shown. Done. Button. Magnifier. Viewfinder. Image. Actions available.
VoiceOver wants to talk.
Viewfinder. Image. Actions available. Command.
So the only voice that I hear now is VoiceOver, which is the way I kind of like it, but I just wanted to show that so you could get a good feel for it. And this is basically all that the Magnifier app will do.
Zoom. 62, 72, 60, 52, 42, 32, 22, 12, 2. Zoom. 2, 12, 22.
Sound like fun? I'd be interested to hear from you in the comment section down below how you find the iPhone magnifier useful, not useful, didn't know it existed, now you're going to try it. You like what you see? Consider giving us a thumbs up. You might want to subscribe, share it with a friend, and check out the little thing over here on the screen, over here. That's what YouTube's saying that you probably would get benefit out of, you'd like to see next. Over here, the little photograph of myself, just click on that to subscribe. Sound good? Thank you. Bye. See you in the next one.